In this tutorial, we will learn about the enumerations in Java. Okay, enum is a special class which allows you to define some constants. So look at this example. Here we defined a enum class using enum keyword. Here we are creating some color constants. So here we're using like enum color, and within curly braces we are defining different color constants like red, green and blue. Now you can create a variable of the new type that we created, color. So we can say color. So this is the variable of type color. Okay, and you can assign some value from these constants that you have defined. So it can have color.blue or color.green or color.red. Okay, so what we have done here is like we created a new type of name color, and using this type we created a variable, and this special variable can take a new value which is defined in this color structure. Okay, so let's understand it better. Enum is a special class that represents a group of constants. Use enum keyword to create enums. Enum constants are public, static and final. So look at this example. All these constants are public, so that you can access it from outside. Static, you can access it using the class name, right? So here the name is a color for this class. So using the class name we are accessing these constants here, right? So these are static, and these are final as well. You won't be able to change these values, right? Okay, enums are used to create constant values like days, months and color. Okay, so it's actually a special class that represents a group of constants. So if you need to define a set of constants for various days like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, etc., you can create a group of constants using enum. Now let's apply what we have learned. So let us move into an IDE and let's implement some sample classes. In this project, let me create a new class. Let's create an enumeration class. All right, so let's give it as maybe color. Okay, and you need to select enum here while creating an enumeration. Okay, right. So this is what we have just created. We have this public enum color here. Okay, now let's define the constants. Let's have red, green and blue. Okay, so we defined three constants here: red, green and blue. Now let's see how we can use it. For that, let's create one more class. Maybe I'm gonna create an app class. So this time I'm selecting class. Okay, well, now let's our main method, public static void main. Here's the shortcut to create the public static void main method in Java. I mean, IntelliJ is very user friendly. So here let's create a variable of type color. Okay, so this is the enum that we just created. Let's create a variable of type color, and now we can assign one value to this variable. So what are the possible values? Let's check the values here. It's showing blue, green and red. We can assign any other value to the variable color. So let me choose blue here. Okay, now we created a variable and we assign a value to this variable. Now let's just print it out and let's execute the program and let's see what's happening. Okay, now you can see the result here. See, it's showing blue here. Okay, so we created an enumeration here. We have decided the constants here, and for this type color we have created a variable in another class color, and we assigned a value to this variable color.blue, and then we printed it out. All right, now let's see how we can create an enumeration constant within the same class. So let me create one more class to demonstrate that. Let me create a new class. Maybe let's name it as schedule. Right. And here maybe let us take an example of various days. So enum, maybe day. Now let's create various days here. Okay, Monday to Friday. Okay, now let's have our main method, public static void main. All right, let me create a variable for this enum day. So create day equals, now let's assign a day here, day dot, see, it's showing all the possible values, right? Maybe let's assign one value to here, maybe day dot Saturday. Okay, now let's print it out and let's execute the program and see the result. So now it's showing Saturday. All right, and we can also print all the possible values here. We can iterate, we can use a loop, and we can print all these values here if needed. So let us try that as well. I'm going to create a for loop. Let's create a for each loop, in fact, and I'm gonna create a variable, maybe d, okay, of type. Okay, now we need to take all the values from here, d dot values. So this will get you all the values, set of values from this enumeration day, and then in each iteration it will assign one constant to the variable d. Okay, now let's print it out and let's see how it works. Let me just print the value of d. Okay, so when you print it, it should print all the values in this loop. So now you're seeing all the values printed here. See, Monday to Sunday. All right, now let us learn one more thing. Let us see how we can use it in the switch statement. All right, so here we have created a variable day and we assigned the value Saturday. Okay, now based on this value, let us print something, whether it's a weekday or a weekend, right? So let's see how we can use it inside switch. So I'm just checking the value day here. We know that this variable day has the value Saturday, right? Now let's implement this. Let's have different cases. See, IntelliJ is showing you all the possible case structure here. Let's say Monday. So we are checking the value in this day variable, and based on this we are taking decision. Okay, now let's execute this code once again and see. So maybe for the simplicity, let me just comment out the previous println statements. Now let me execute it and let us see the result. So based on the value given here, it should print the result. See, it's showing like it's a weekend, right? Because we gave Saturday here. Now let's change this value. Let's give a weekday, maybe something like Wednesday. So it should print that it's a weekday. So let's see the result. See, now it's showing it's a weekday. All right. Hope that you got an idea about the topic, and I'll see you in the next video.